It's Mount Whitney Day. Good morning. It's Mount Whitney Day. Okay, good morning. We just set off. We had a quick little breakfast. I had to lay my tent down because I wanted my trekking poles today. But we're coming back to the same spot, so we're slack packing. We don't have to carry everything with us, which is nice. But my tent uses a hiking pole for its structure, so I had to put our tents down, and now we're on the trail. And the views are already incredible. We didn't do sunrise, or we didn't try to get to sunrise, to the top for sunrise, because we would have had to start at like midnight, and that would have totally screwed up our sleep schedules. So we left at 6. Should be a like 10 to 12 hour day, maybe, something like that. It's just under 16 miles, but there's not a lot of air up here, so it's slow going. Hello! Hey, if you are sitting there thinking, oh, I want to travel more, I want to go on more adventures, come with me. I host trips around the world. We've been hiking in Patagonia, we went looking for the Northern Lights in Iceland, trekking in Nepal, camping in Banff, Canada, in the Canadian Rockies. We do it all, and we have a real good time. Everyone's welcome, and all the details for any current trips, just click that little bubble up in the top corner, or go to my website, jjb.life/travel. And we almost always make at least one group cringy TikTok. So come hang out with us. We're a real good time. Okay, we just took a quick break, our first break. Mount Whitney is right up there. It doesn't look as intense as this one here, but it's just because it's further away. So that's where we're headed. 14,481 feet or something like that. Don't quote me, but something like that. Today would turn out to be one of the very most memorable days on trail. Well, let me tell you the reasons. It was a wild day, an incredible day, a hard day, but a really cool day. Well, first and foremost, we're at Mount Whitney, and this is a pretty important stop on the PCT. It's not technically on the PCT. You do have to take a little detour, but they allow you if you have your PCT permit. It's just a little side day trip, and I think it's safe to say it's worth it. A lot of people do sunrise for Mount Whitney. A lot of people will leave early in the morning to 3 a.m. so they can be at the top for sunrise. I can only imagine how epic that is, but we didn't do that. You know what? In regular life, I'm a morning person, but something about the trail, something about getting up before the sun comes out, it's not even about the light. You know what it is? It's the warmth of the sun. Something about having to get up in the cold, I don't like it. So I avoid it. And I was not alone. So we did not do that. We left late morning, early morning, something like that. But not early morning. I think we left around 8, something like that, 7. It's a big day, though. It's a big climb, and most importantly, you're going to some high elevations, and we haven't been in that yet. We've been in plenty of higher elevations, but this high? No, we have not. Okay, it's time to stop for water. hurt. Help me. Oh. Ow. One nice thing about Mount Whitney is you can slack pack, which means you don't carry everything with you, because we will be returning the same way that we are going to Mount Whitney. We set up camp the night before, and we're just going to leave it. So we only have to carry what we need for the day up to Mount Whitney, which is amazing. That's amazing. So my tent requires my trekking poles to stay up, so I did have to take those. So my tent had to be like collapsed onto the ground, but that's fine. I was able to leave all that stuff, all that weight behind.
Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is easy. I'm not saying it's not hard, but I can tell I've been hiking every day for 2 months. Because other than the lack of oxygen, oh, I might have spoke too soon. Whoa, big rocks. Ugh. Other than the lack of oxygen, I kind of feel good. Is that crazy? I guess that's what happens. I don't know. Hopefully it lasts. Or maybe it's just the views. Come on.
This would turn out to be one of the best physical days I had on the trail. A really memorably great day physically. This was the point when everything kind of felt like it started to click. I didn't train before the trail, which is okay. You can do that. You just have to be cautious in how you start and start slow, which I did, and it worked out fine. And this was the point when I finally started to feel like it was clicking physically, and I was strong, and I wasn't struggling like I had felt I had earlier in the trail.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sierra Nevada mountains. Just officially had my first moment of being awkwardly overcome by emotion. Just how could you not? You know, come on. If I ever stop being grateful for this, y'all better check me.
I'm not sure how. I ended up in a tramily of mostly 20-somethings. And 30-somethings. I'm 42, by the way. And I had a great day. I felt so strong. And I was one of the few people in our tramily that felt that way. Altitude hit other people hard. I spend a lot of time at altitude. So maybe I'm a little bit more acclimated to it. That's the thing about altitude sickness. It is indiscriminate in who it affects. It has not a care in the world about how trained you are, how physically fit you are. Altitude sickness really can afflict anyone. And luckily, at least on this occasion, it did not afflict me.
We did it.
There's not very many days that I set out on a really hard physical venture that I say, wow, I killed that. I feel strong and I could do more if I needed. But I did. And it was awesome. From then on out, I felt like my body was ready to rumble. I would turn out to be wrong a few weeks later, but at least for the meantime, I felt really strong. And it wasn't just feeling physically strong. Other things were starting to click too. I was finally getting in that life rhythm of, how to wake up and get camp packed efficiently, how to quickly set up at night, how to plan my water. Everything started to get easier at this point. Everything felt a lot more normal and a lot less like I was learning how to live in the woods for the first time. I was getting comfortable pooping in the woods. It was just a really memorable, not only day, but that whole period. We had really settled into our tramily. We had a really solid group of people that at that point we had spent, a few weeks or maybe even longer together. And so we had gotten to the point where at least I felt like I had a great support system around me if I needed it.
Wow. It's crazy. It certainly wasn't easy, but it was so much easier than usual. I can totally tell that I've been hiking 6 days a week for the last 2 months. It felt so much better than I have ever felt climbing this much at this elevation. So, I'm feeling strong. We're getting stronger, at least. Somebody's gonna punch me in the face for saying this, and it would be warranted, but dare I say, I thought it would be harder. Want to watch another video? Click here. Want to learn more about my upcoming trips? Click here. Want to subscribe and like all my videos and turn those bell notifications